already designed in the spirit to help in this process. 5 branches of Ugandan Army. Uganda Army. The State Intelligence Command. State Intelligence Command. I give you why I'm repeating all this to you, says the Lord. As such, it must act as an independent body the way you look at judiciary, meaning it must have a hand in the affairs of the nation, not of the military alone. No. How can I put it today? Like you see Esau. Esau was destroyed by Esau. Like you see Esau today. It must be in a position to act independently as you see judiciary. Meaning it must be in decision takers of affairs of society in that nation, Uganda, by name, but able to stand even for other intelligence commands of other nations that will be in need. This, if you are in the military, this is what you should pray for, that God opens your wisdom, that you may receive this power to help other nations to know that the word you have released or the message you are giving them is relevant to them even if you are not there. Father, we thank you. Why? It will be responsible for handling international conflicts, resolution, stability in the nation, and able to destroy this message any likelihood of revolutionary errors in any land, in any. Meaning, if the error is in Sweden, the army of Uganda must be in position, not by revelation, by action, to stand for the error in Sweden, not to destroy the affairs of a nation like Germany of today. What a big task Moses is revealing today. But when you are going to shame God as if it was never revealed, you laugh. I'm talking about the branches God has already designed. What is the way God designs things in heaven is the way He wants it to appear on earth. Everyone will reveal them to you. The more man expands in technology, though men now will be destroyed because of this heat that is going to come. So it will take the intelligence God has allowed to operate at that time to stand. Don't look at their intelligence of today. It will be destroyed. All this space aerial support will be damaged by the heat that is going to crop up in the space. All this internal intelligence, the DNA machines, will be scrapped. They will not work. All these computers you look at today will be shattered. You just type your name, Moses, it brings God. And you wonder if you are still the one controlling them. So, don't look at them today. This heat that is coming to hit these nations will leave them naked. This is the cry Moses is putting before his father and says, go advise my nation. This is the task you must carry. Call it a documentary if you don't want to listen to it.
Now let's talk about today's cyber incident. It was one of the biggest cyber outages to have ever taken place. Systems went down across the world. It started last evening at about 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's when the chaos began. In airports, banks, hospitals, news studios, and even in Disneyland Paris, people in all these places saw something ominous.
All of the computer monitors were essentially shut down, blue screen of death.
Microsoft's infamous blue screen of death. Almost everyone saw it today. Airports around the world faced issues. They could not update flight details, check in passengers, or even print boarding passes. Some of them, like Delhi Airport, opted for a manual approach. They started issuing handwritten boarding passes. Others cancelled flights. There were over 1,000 cancellations in the US. American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines all halted flights. The Dutch airline KLM suspended most of its operations. Berlin Airport halted all flights. Air traffic in Switzerland was cut by 30%. Every corner of the world was affected. And again, it wasn't just air travel. Supermarkets in Australia were shut because their checkout counters weren't working. In Paris, the organizers of the Olympics were facing issues. They had to conduct manual security checks because their accreditation desk was down. So you can see how widespread this problem was. But how did it happen? What led to the cyber outage that affected every corner of the globe? Well, here's the smoking gun. Listen to this.
Thank you for contacting CrowdStrike support. CrowdStrike is aware of reports of crashes on Windows hosts related to the Falcon sensor. Please monitor the status via the check alert on our customer support portal.
The outage was caused by this company, CrowdStrike. Ironically, it's a cyber security firm, a company that makes antivirus softwares and investigates cyber attacks. This is the company that messed up. Now you may wonder, how did it cause such widespread damage? After all, many of you may never have even heard of its name. So how did it access so many computers all over the world? Well, CrowdStrike works with other companies, and one of its clients is Microsoft. CrowdStrike put out a security update yesterday at about 7 p.m. GMT. This update was rolled out across Microsoft computers, and that is how the cyber incident began. There was a problem with the update. It did not react well with Microsoft systems. It caused them to crash and display the dreaded blue screen of death. That's it. That is the reason for the global outage. An automated security update took down Microsoft. And in turn, Microsoft took down companies all over the world. Because this is Microsoft, the most widely used operating system in the world. If Microsoft goes down, the world grinds to a halt. And that's what happened today. The issue has been resolved now, as CrowdStrike was more than eager to announce. This is a message from their CEO. He said that the issue had been identified and isolated, and a fix had been deployed. But his message also raised a few other concerns. He insisted that the outage was not caused by a security incident or a cyber attack. He was very clear about that. That means that all the damage done today was by mistake. But what happens if someone tries to do it on purpose? Think about it. Today proved that the entire world is indeed connected and completely dependent on certain companies and their products. If any of these are compromised, the world will face a major setback. Millions of people will be inconvenienced, businesses will lose billions, and will be sent back to the Stone Age. It's a scary thought. So what can we do? Well, we cannot disconnect. That would also set the world back. But we can diversify. Look at the CrowdStrike CEO's message again. He said that today's issue only affected Windows and that Mac and Linux were not impacted. So if we maintain backups, if we can turn to alternative systems during times of trouble, we would be more secure against both mistakes and attacks. It is not a cost-effective solution, but it may be the only one that we have right now, because if we do not diversify, if we put all our eggs in just one basket, days like today will become more and more common.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.